Hi, my name is Mark Barry Timmins. I'm a visual artist based in southwest London. The date of this recording is 6th of February 2024. My background is in commercial illustration. I studied visual communication and illustration at degree level. I then spent 25 years working in the greetings card industry, firstly as a freelance illustrator, then as an in-house visualizer, designer and artist. I then made the decision to focus on myself creatively as a painter. After spending so much time in an industry that, although very visually stimulating, I started to see how formulaic it could seem. That in itself is a creative challenge, to inject novelty into visual formulas like Christmas, Valentine's, a birthday and other celebration days. I found that I was beginning to lose the love for creating. I had always created my own imagery aside from my creative day job. I wanted to devote more time to that. It felt like an essential need that I had to pursue, so I did. My upbringing was in the West Midlands in England, UK, a place of once heavy industry. I was raised by parents who were older than the average age at the time. Neither of my parents were creative, but they were always very supportive of my drawing. I had always loved drawing from a very young age. Drawing became my way of expression very quickly. I became entranced by the world of imagination rather than reality. I was obsessed with Native Americans as a child, and then my interests were drawn to Bible stories, fairy tales and folk tales, and Greek mythology. This followed in my teens with a fascination with occult and pagan mysteries. I can see all these themes have at some point influenced my visual world later in my paintings. My first attempts at describing this visual world were quite naturally illustrative because of the visual background that I was from. Then I began to create more abstract works. In doing this, I found that images from childhood came through the paintings, rather like imagery that you sometimes see in clouds or in patterns on a carpet, for example. I became fascinated by this. My biggest influences are unknown outsider artists. There are certain artists such as Chagall, Gauguin, Cecil Collins, Marie Laurencin, Paul Klee, Picasso that are of course touchstones for me and point to the directions that I have taken. However, as my work has become more abstract and pattern-like, I have found ancient art, cave painting, Aboriginal and native art to be more influential. I can see that has brought me back full circle in a way to the fascination with Native Americans that I had as a child, the mystery and spirituality of pattern and shapes. My focus at the moment is working on paper. I try to create a painting every day, and I see my work as a visual diary. In a way, my current work is as much writing as it is painting or abstract pattern. I treat my art space as a sacred space and my piece of paper as a portal. The biggest challenge of being an artist, I believe, is others' assumptions of what you should be as an artist. The pressure of social media that is part gift, creating community and a window for creators, but also a pressure as that window opens up to criticism and the opinion of others. It goes right to the heart of a creator's dilemma. Who are you creating for? For yourself or for others and their capricious whims? For many, that is difficult to navigate. Staying true to who you are, I believe, is essential. Advice for my younger self would be to not pigeonhole yourself too quickly, to live and experience different places and situations, and not worry about how you will fit in so much. Life and art will always find you if that is your path. I try not to think about what I am doing when first marks appear on a surface. I no longer plan, and I try to let the painting guide me. I will also defer to the painting and consider the finished piece from all directions and not just the one that I was painting consciously. I see my role as a facilitator to the painting, not its creator, despite my signing each piece. My work is very meditative. I normally work in silence. I have trees quite near, lucky me, so I enjoy the bird song. If I do have music while I work, I tend to listen to light classical, as it isn't too intrusive. I love lots of music and its effect can be very influential, so I try to limit that whilst I am painting or drawing. I guess the best reaction to any artwork is when a viewer can see something in an image that I haven't, when someone responds with enthusiasm and understands what is happening in my work from their perspective. I hope that when people see my artwork, they see a mystery that intrigues them. I hope they see a map or an image that points at a direction. I don't really like calling these artworks mine. Each one is a little like a creature on the wind. The fact that they are on paper adds to this ephemeral quality for me personally. In a way, once the painting is done, you are seeing a ghost, an imprint of what happened. What is most important for me is the dialogue that happened whilst I was painting or drawing, like prayers in visual form. Every day I come into my little art space here and I face a blank sheet of paper and I scrawl and I try to express myself, and it's a strange thing because I never know what's going to happen on that paper. I have no preconceived ideas or notions, and what's so amazing is that out of that chaos something occurs, and it's the idea of letting go and letting something else come through that's mysterious, and sometimes it feels like a religious experience really when you work that way, and I find it extremely humbling and extremely gratifying at the same time. It's a wonderful thing.